Live from New York, it's the show that is wishing Felix goodbye. It's Felix, our gym guy. Bye, Felix. Well, not right now.
We'll miss you,
still
bro.
come back. We'll miss you, Felix. Felix's last day. Today.
God, I hope it happens.
There's no chance.
No chance?
What happens?
What do you mean?
What happens?
This happens.
He
Put it
goes
on the
there-
screen, please.
He goes there for the vet minimum?
No, sign and trade. There it is. Pacers get
three-team
DeAndre Ayton.
deal?
The Mavs get
Okay,
Hilton
so let's
Turner.
see.
There it is.
And Kevin
Hold
Durant's
on,
there
playing
it is.
center.
Now,
Can we digest this? So
now-
the Pacers get Ayton,
if-
the Mavs get Hilton Turner,
it's-
and the Suns.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Yeah, great
now,
for the Suns.
It would. You said great for the
It's
Suns.
6 foot and under league?
So there's that. Durant's 7 feet. And he might be 7'2" now. Guys are getting taller and shorter league-wide. Wemby all of a sudden's like 6'9", I hear. But it doesn't matter. Point is, now that would hard cap the Suns, which would be tricky. The hard cap's at $172 million. If you do a sign and trade, you get hard cap. They're at $130 before you add Kyrie if you move off Ayton.
Aren't they blasting through aprons, though? Isn't that?
Yes, but the hard cap is something. It's too early in the show to talk hard cap. That's more of an after-hours.
That's when the ratings really
I don't know
skyrocket.
that it's
Just
ever
trust me.
The
right
ratings
time.
go right through the second
Wait a second.
apron.
Don't ask me the question first, just so y'all can.
You're
jibber
taking
jabber
this way
during
too
this.
seriously.
No, because you know what?
You really
We're getting
put
a
together
strong
something?
whiff of the worst case of new owner syndrome we've ever seen.
No.
He's taking Prokhorov's mistakes, aging players, giving away picks. Joe Tsai's mistakes, who cares about chemistry, and will give up some picks and players with injury concerns, and putting them all in one Southwestern stew that he's trying to call the Phoenix Suns. And here's what I know. While Brew is wincing and saying all this, if they did a sign-and trade for Kyrie Irving, we would come on television and Brew and others would be like, all right, guys, I understand. Guys can get hurt, and they're going to have trouble on defense, and Kyrie could screw it up. But
And
who's
they'll
stopping
never
them
get a
from
rebound.
scoring?
How about that one, too?
Well,
you forgot that one.
So, listen, I hope it happens. I find it fascinating. I find it very fascinating that a team with Kevin Durant is even doing this meeting because, though, you would think that there has to be some okay from Durant. I don't think they're doing the meeting because it's a 0% chance. I do think it's unlikely, but I don't think they're just wasting free agency time to take meetings.
No, they're not.
And so, yeah, listen, I hope it happens. God, I hope it happens. Vegas will love the team. There'll be a big four. It'll be delightful.
Nick,
What?
I was waiting to hear what you said because
Well, not
I
really.
really
You
was
interrupted me
interested in
immediately.
hearing what you said, but I can't believe you took this that seriously.
I respect Chris Haynes.
Kyrie Irving, no, Chris is right. He's reporting what is a fact.
Yeah.
But the Phoenix Suns, to your point, aren't wasting this. But what they're doing is showing players around the league, we're player friendly.
Oh, I like that.
We're not signing Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And Cam Payne. That's your starting five.
Oh, Bismack Biyombo, buddy.
Come on,
What
man. Are
Bismack
you
Biyombo?
serious?
What about him?
That
He's former
team would
top
be
10
a
pick.
disaster.
What?
All right, and DeAndre Ayton.
Oh, here we go.
No, DeAndre Ayton is not, he's not Jokic and Embiid, but he's that next tier. He is 18-10 without running a play for him. And Frank Vogel's smart. And you know who else is there? Isaiah Thomas. And they're going to talk to DeAndre Ayton. They're going to talk him up and get him ready to do his role and go out and get us 18-10.
Well,
let's get a championship
about that?
and your stock rises, my man. So no, I wouldn't give up DeAndre Ayton for Kyrie Irving. If I'm Dallas, I'd love that.
But can I ask you a question about DeAndre Ayton real quick before
go
you
ahead.
finish? If they are talking,
If they could do that Indiana deal that you threw up there with Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, absolutely, I'd do that.
Sure, but what I'm saying is
Straight
right
up.
now, if they are talking with DeAndre Ayton, or they're going to, are they telling DeAndre Ayton, hey, buddy, we're meeting with Kyrie, but it's all kayfabe, it's not real? Because isn't DeAndre Ayton's agent
do you
telling
think
him, hey, guy, just so you know, the only way they can get Kyrie Irving is trading you. But now they're telling you how much they love you? I'm just asking. I'm being
Nick,
serious.
They're not getting Kyrie Irving.
I agree, but
Okay,
so they're meeting.
Unless there's some 3 or 4 team deal where
maybe
they
a pretty
get,
good
well, they don't want Kyrie, but you need size in today's NBA. You know, who's guarding Jokic? Durant?
Well, not DeAndre Ayton. Jokic had 50 in a loss against this team.
He destroyed Anthony Davis, too. Nobody's stopping him, but at least Ayton is big. At least
so
he's
is
tall.
Biyombo.
At least he's going to get a few rebounds.
Same with Biyombo.
No, he's not as good as Ayton.
Why are they actually doing the meeting? So Kyrie's
Didn't I
agent
just tell
called,
you?
but you're saying they're player friendly, but can't everyone see through it and be like, this is just a weird leverage play that you're just driving up the price for Mark Cuban?
Kyrie is trying to get some leverage. And the Suns are like, hey, we're player friendly. What does it hurt? We'll talk to you.
I think Matt Ishbia is like, yes, I get to meet Kyrie.
No, I don't think.
Why else?
Awesome.
You actually think they could trade now?
I don't think it's happening. I think it's the whole thing is just an odd leverage play.
If I'm
that
the Suns,
everyone's
I
like,
got
well,
no
that's not
problem
gonna
with
happen.
this because they need veterans to want to go there. And veterans, guys love Kyrie. And, they doing Kyrie a solid.
Hold on.
Isaiah's
How
there.
is this being? This is what I don't understand. How is this doing Kyrie a solid? Tell me.
At least creating the illusion of leverage. So we all know anybody. He's got no leverage.
Hold on.
Get that.
Let's talk this through for a second. So the argument that is being made is the Suns are doing this despite not wanting Kyrie. Brew, hold on. Just help me understand. The Suns are doing this despite not wanting Kyrie.
No, I think they'd want him if he wants to sign for the vets
minimum.
Okay,
sure. Okay, but assuming it's
him.
not the vet minimum, they're doing this despite not believing they have any realistic chance of getting him because it helps his situation with the Mavs. But
you always want to screw around with another team.
Right. But you are operating under the premise, I guess, that the Mavs understand less than us at the table? Like, why would this help Kyrie with the Mavs if they understand what you are saying is true, which is this can't happen, this won't happen? Why would this help the Mavs?
Because some people think like you. You know what? Maybe they will do a trade. Maybe they do want Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, and Cam Payne as their starting five.
It's.
I mean, come on. It makes. If they did this, it would be the most ridiculous trade I've seen in a long time. Why? And Kyrie is great. But why in the world would I want Kyrie Irving? Who's my center? Bismack Biyombo?
For the time being, yes. Andre Drummond, there's reports he might opt out of the deal in Chicago. I don't know. It would be these four guys and minimums. I understand that. I don't think it's realistic. I didn't think Bradley Beal for $250 million and all your future draft flexibility was a smart move either. But the idea that I think Ishbia has been there for 6 months.
Yeah.
And he has traded all future picks and I think a guy we like a lot in Mikal Bridges and a guy we like somewhat in Cam Johnson for Kevin Durant. He has then fired his coach.
Correct.
In between those two events, he got in a shoving match with the league MVP.
Yep.
He then traded whatever flexibility they had left and Chris Paul for Bradley Beal.
Correct.
And now there's a meeting with Kyrie. To just say flatly he's not going to try to push the chaos button further, I think is foolish. I'm not saying I think it's going to happen.
They got Kevin Durant. They got Bradley Beal. That's not chaos. Now, the depth is a question, but if you have 3 stars and one guy that's a borderline all-star.
Who?
Deandre Ayton. Is 18 and 10 on 60% shooting garbage?
Brew, is he one of the 40 best players in the league?
Look, I'm not getting into the little charts you make right now. He's a top 10 center. He's a top 10 center.
There's only 30 teams. A top 10.
He's right in that next group. You got Jokic, Embiid, Anthony Davis. Let's leave Giannis out, and then he's in that next group.
Okay, hold on.
He's arguably a top 5 center.
No, he's not better than Sabonis. He's not better than Bam. You just said you traded for Miles Turner. You just said
and Buddy Hield.
Okay,
Buddy Hield.
The Buddy Hield sweetener. Okay.
Buddy Hield can shoot. They need depth. Miles Turner can block shots and rebound and shoot threes.
Yeah. No. I like Miles Turner.
Nick,
that's fine. Yeah.
I'm just saying it makes no sense. Deandre Ayton is a 4th option. This is what I told you about Andrew Wiggins.
No,
and you had to come back cross.
No.
Brew was right.
No.
Brew was right. I mean, when you drop down, he's a 4th option now. All they have to do is work on his attitude.
So hold on. Can I ask one other question?
If he comes in with the right attitude, Ayton will be fine.
When the Bradley Beal, maybe I'm just misremembering. When the Bradley Beal trade happened, didn't we both say, I know I said, and I thought you said you agreed with me, that this doesn't make sense for them unless they are planning on creating more depth by trading Deandre Ayton, that they had boxed themselves in to this team of these 4 max contract guys and then all minimum essentially guys, like you said, campaign, those others. And I had said I thought
I didn't say it doesn't make sense.
That
I said they may trade Ayton for depth.
Yeah.
But if you keep him, yes, you're gonna any role player worth his salt should play well around those 4 guys. Seriously. Okay. You gotta do is shoot.
The other possible Kyrie
Indeed.
suitor, according to Chris Haynes, is, buckle up, the Houston Rockets. Brew, last year they went 22-60. Your reaction?
Look, they need I think this is more realistic than the Suns, because at least they have the cap room to give Kyrie big money if they want to. They need a veteran. They got all these young guys. They should bring in a veteran, but I would want to bring in a veteran who is not going to outshine my young boys. I want to see Jalen Green, see if he can really ball. Jabari Smith, your boy Şengün, Kevin Porter Jr. still there.
Oh, and Amen Thompson's guard they just drafted for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen Thompson. I'm looking at Fred VanVleet. Like, he's the one I want, because
makes a ton of sense.
Works hard defensively, won't outshine these guys, professional, no distraction.
Got to spend the money
leader.
somewhere.
Yep, the whole thing. So, look, if they can't get him, I just don't think Kyrie makes a ton of sense.
I think
he'd be too good for those guys.
I think he makes the least sense for the Rockets of any team in the league.
Why?
Because you are, I think, the first bidders for Kyrie should be teams that already have a ton of talent, or at least some high-level talent, and are desperate. A team like the Mavericks were. Because, so the Rockets, they are in a rebuild, finally trying to break through on it, and they have spent so much of their premium rebuilding assets on guards. I know Jabari's a wing, but Jalen Green is a guard. Amen Thompson's a guard. The only guy they've paid is Kevin Porter Jr., who's a guard. It doesn't make sense. And when the Rockets, people were saying, I think it was, I don't want to misquote him, I think it was Stack, but I'm not sure if it was Stack, a former NBA player that has a media outlet. I remember hearing him be like, man, they need a vet. They need somebody there to teach them how to be professionals. Kyrie is not high on that list. But this is where the Kyrie discourse to me, and this is where I will come over to Brew's side of the Kyrie coin a bit. It is crazy that this is where we're at with a player who, since he left Boston, Brew, okay? Boston didn't go right for him. Statistically, Kyrie, since he left Boston, is 27 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 percentage point off being 50, 40, 90. That's his career in Brooklyn and the brief time in Dallas. For a guy, and it's not like he is insanely old, and obviously he's had some injury issues, but half the best players in the league have injury issues at this point. For his stock to be where it is, with that level of production, without, as we talked about yesterday, some horrifying off-court, illegal behavior, something that gets you, blacked out of the league. It's crazy. And I mean, because the offensive production is at an elite level, and it's all of the other stuff combined with him not showing he's really a part of winning outside of LeBron that has made it to where he almost has to go meet with the Rockets, because there is not going to be teams in good positions bidding.
Do you think he needs a championship?
What do you mean?
Do you think he needs another ring? Because I don't.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because I
don't.
If the Rockets, neither one of us think they will or should. If they offered him the max or close for
he can go
3-4 years, he should go there.
Yes.
And unless the Mavericks match it. But if the Mavericks don't want to match that and the Rockets give you big money, go there. Because he's got his ring. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I agree. And we showed this graphic yesterday of Chris Paul. Wherever Chris Paul goes, winning follows. The Rockets won 22 games. What if they won 42 and made the playoffs? Don't you think that would change his narrative?
Yeah, but that won't happen. That wouldn't happen.
I think
if everybody makes a jump and Ime turns that team into a solid defensive team. Last time we saw Ime, he was in the NBA Finals. You don't think he's hungry? He's not going to be like, oh, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll win.
No, no,
That was a
29
team. He took
games.
over a team that
had been in the conference finals before. I mean, you've now with two Western Conference teams from Texas thrown out these 20-game jumps, which you know what I mean.
There's going to be a lot of parity.
also,
I think
though,
high 50s wins it, and everyone else.
No.
Like
And
it was
I
this
wasn't.
year.
By the way, I wasn't trying to mock
like
you there. I wasn't meaning to. My point is, I think those
Unintentional
jumps
mock.
are
Yeah, it was-
harder to come by than it can seem. But everything I said about Kyrie, the offensive numbers are true.
Mm-hmm.
What's also true is the whole Chris Paul thing you talked about, the opposite has been what's happened with Kyrie. He has gone somewhere, and it's not that they have gotten better. The Celtics were better before him and after him.
You don't think that Kyrie
See, I
could
think
play
Brooklyn. I don't think he showed that trend in Brooklyn. He just didn't play
Right,
a lot.
and Brooklyn, it's hard because he came
all were
as did
banged up.
Durant, and so it's hard. But Brooklyn, with the year that Kyrie barely played and Durant didn't play, was a playoff team that went out in round one, and then they only got ever one round past
His
that.
first year there, he didn't help him.
Exactly, and so I think the Chris Paul example is Kyrie's his career is kind of the opposite of that. Like
That's
where
what I'm
he's
saying.
gone,
It's a
winning has not followed.
A narrative shift.
You are right, though. He should go to get the money. If somebody's going to give him a huge deal, he doesn't need to win another ring.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.